If you had to buy a new set of tires for your car today, do you know what kind you need? Do they all need to match? Is one tire really better than another? And can you just patch a tire? You know, most people can't answer those questions, and that leaves you a bit vulnerable to a tire salesman who may want to take you and your wallet for a ride. Philip Reed is the Senior Consumer Advice Editor for Edmunds.com, and he joins us via Skype from California with the smart news you need to know about getting back on the road the right way. Hi, Phil. Nice to see you.
Hi, Connie. Good to see you.
So you wrote a really great article on Edmunds.com called Confessions of a Tire Salesman, and you got inside the industry to discover quite a few interesting revelations. Let's start with how the tire sales game is played. Is this a commission game?
Yes, in many of the big tire chain stores, it is a commission game. And, of course, this is going to influence the interaction you have with the person at the counter, because they're going to want to increase their own profit by selling you as much as possible.
And a lot of times the tires are just part of what they're trying to sell you, right?
The tires are what bring you in the door. The related things can be anything from wheel alignments to oil changes to brake jobs. There's quite a bit of things that they can upsell you while you're there.
Yeah, I think I've had my brake pads changed when they really didn't need to be. Hey, how do you determine what kind of tires you really need?
Well, this is an important thing, and certainly in the Southwest, you can either go with summer tires or all-season tires. If you do anything off-roading, if you go to the mountains in the snow, you're definitely going to want to go with all-season tires. But again, look back over the last few years of driving and ask yourself, how many times have you really gone off-roading? How many times have you gone up to the mountains, and then buy accordingly?
Okay, and then you'll also find in your owner's manual as well the type of tire that you really need that's specific to that car too, right?
Yes, a lot of people are really mystified by all the markings on the side of the tire. But if you go to one of the big online tire websites, you can put in your year, make, and model, and they will usually bring up the tire sizes and all the information that you need to know. And you can use this to cross-shop if you go to a local store and shop there.
Boy, that's great. Okay, another question. Do all four tires need to match?
In most cases, they don't need to match, but it's advisable that they do match. So if things are a little bit worn on some of the tires, you might want to change them all at the same time. That way, if you rotate them when you're supposed to, they'll wear evenly, and you can move forward buying them all at the same time.
Okay. And I know we talked about some of those added costs along with tires that can come when you're in a tire shop. Let's talk about the control of those costs. You have something called an all-in and an out-the-door price. Two different things, and what do they mean?
An all-in is all of the four tires combined together with the mounting and balancing and all the extras that you might have to pay for. The out-the-door includes things like the sales tax, too, which is very important because very often a tire will be sold to you as a single unit. No balancing, no mention of the valve stems or any of the related charges. So really what you want to do is when you're at the counter, you need to know that everything you're agreeing to is going to be times 4 plus installation. And this could be a much bigger ticket item than you had really budgeted for.
Yeah, no kidding. Wow. Are there ways to cut costs as well when you're getting new tires, things to look for?
Well, if you do even a little bit of research, it's going to save you lots and lots of money. So a lot of people treat tire buying as something they kind of want to get out of the way, and yet this is an extremely critical part of your driving safety. So really the best advice is to shop online, get some prices. If you want to, you can go to a local tire store, present this information, ask them to match it or beat it. In many cases, they may not be able to, but at least they will bring it much closer to what it should be than if you were unprepared.
Okay, good advice. And finally, just real quick, should we do the superstores or no?
The superstores can actually discount tires very attractively. The problem is, if you have a blowout and need to replace one, you may not be able to find a single tire to match your others. But in most cases, they're going to be very beneficial for you.
All right. Phil Reed with Edmunds.com. Always great to have you here. Thanks for the smart advice when it comes to buying tires. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Connie.
All right. If you'd like to read all about Phil's article or find out more about buying a car, you can go to our website at abc15.com. Click on the lifestyle link at the top of the page, and you'll find Smart Family right there, and we will hook you up with Phil.